Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today, in our fourth video in the US-61 series, we're heading south through St. Paul, Minnesota. This part of US-61 in St. Paul is locally named Arcade Street. St. Paul is the capital of Minnesota and the county seat of Ramsey County. St. Paul is the 63rd largest city in the United States and the 11th most populous in the Midwest, with a population of 311,527 as of the 2020 census. Early European settlement began in 1819 with the establishment of Fort St. Anthony, later Fort Snelling, at the confluence of the Mississippi and Minnesota rivers. The town of St. Paul was established by the Legislative Assembly of the Minnesota Territory near existing Dakota Sioux settlements in November of 1849. St. Paul was the northernmost natural navigable port on the Mississippi River. In the early to mid-1800s, the city was an important trading post at the junction of the river and a cart and wagon road called the St. Anthony Trail. The city grew as a railroad town in the late 1800s. Having been named the state capital in 1849, 3 separate capitol buildings have existed, with the third and final being completed in 1905. The marble dome atop the Capitol building is the second largest in the world. In 1925, Ford Motor Company opened the Twin Cities Assembly Plant in St. Paul, which operated until 2011. Now, in the Payne-Phalen neighborhood, US-61 has become a city street, a commercial corridor with residential homes scattered here and there. One block in either direction and you're in a completely residential neighborhood. Just about every type of commercial business and retail outlet is represented along Arcade Street. Doctors' offices, pharmacies, antique stores, restaurants, laundromats, bar rooms, auto repair, supermarkets, and gas stations. Here, US-61 makes a right turn and runs along East 7th Street in Minnesota State Highway 5. We see more commercial corridor, but the buildings along this stretch look more recently renovated with a more modern feel. This route of US-61 dates back to the early 1950s, including the upcoming section that is concurrent with I-94, which at the time was a ground-level expressway called Hudson Road. We turn left onto Mounds Blvd, which runs parallel to I-94 for a few blocks. We're driving through Dayton's Bluff neighborhood here. We merge with I-94 temporarily, as well as US-12 and US-10. At exit 244, we exit I-94 and US-12 and head south. US Highway 10 remains concurrent with US-61. As we head south out of St. Paul, US-61 takes on several different names, such as the Hiawatha Pioneer Trail, the Voyager Highway, and the Disabled American Veterans Highway. We also pick up the Great River Road throughout parts of Minnesota. For the remainder of US-61 all the way to Louisiana, we'll be following the Mississippi River very closely, often with the river in sight. And unlike most of our videos of roads along the Mississippi River, we get a different perspective without levees to obscure the view. The section of the Great River Road here is marked National Route, which was a single Canada to Gulf alignment that was eligible for special federal funding until the early 1980s. Only Minnesota and Illinois still use the National Route signage. The Great River Road exists on both sides of the river, and the route on the opposite side of the Mississippi doesn't carry the National Route designation. Here, as we approach I-494, the southern portion of the Beltway around the Twin Cities, we exit the city of St. Paul in Ramsey County. This is where we'll conclude today's video. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.